we have another wonderful topics ahead of us. We're going to talk now about Generation Alpha as a completely new type of audience demography in the era of artificial intelligence and algorithms. Generation Alpha are those born between 2010 and 2024. Very important for public service broadcasters is to answer the question of how to connect to younger generation. And how do we do that in the age of digital transformation? That's a huge challenge in the front of us to gain their trust and their attention. And it's a question to Mrs. Satu Keto, Innovation Lead from WALI Technology and Development from Finland. Can I ask you to join us? Thank you so much.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
So I'm going to leave you right here.
Okay.
And enjoy.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everybody. So, as she said, today I'm representing a Finnish broadcast company, WALI, Yle, and I work as an innovation lead at Yle Innovations, that is part of technology and development. And today I'm very excited to share with you our forward-looking scenario work focused on Generation Alpha as future consumers of media. And I'd say that our work is a narrative exploration into Alpha's potential media needs and the challenges legacy media has in staying relevant to this emerging audience. And it's worth mentioning that in Finland we can't measure customers under 13 years old on our own platforms, so there is less information about how kids use our media and our platforms compared to older groups. This makes this scenario work more challenging and pioneering. I invite you to ponder these questions. What strategies can legacy media organizations employ to stay relevant and to stay competitive in the rapidly evolving landscape of future generations? So let's start.
This my style is ridiculous. We're here to put the body.
This my style is
This my style is ridiculous.
So, what was that all about? Stupid? Nonsensical? Rubbish? Anyone? Is there anyone who knows what this is? Hands up. Oh, great. Cheers to your son. The Skibidi Toilet became a global mega phenomenon among Gen Alphas last year. The first episode was released in February, and there is 70 episodes that kind of, and listen to this, the reach is 20 billion. 20 billion views on this. It is made a tool called Source Filmmaker, and that's a tool that you can make memes for YouTube Shorts. And Skibidi Toilet here is singing a remix of a popular TikTok song, and it aims to conquer the world. And the cameramen are trying to block his efforts. When considering the Gen Alphas and media, my take is focus on platforms. What will be the next platform to spark Alpha's phenomena? In case of Skibidi Toilet, it was YouTube Shorts. And when considering the Gen Alphas and humor, focus on weirdness. For Alphas, the more random, the funnier, the better. And this generation is showcasing its creativity and desire for storytelling. So how can a traditional media foster the creativity and encourage in participation? Some details about this generation. It's predicted to be the largest generation globally in a long time. However, the situation in Finland is different because age groups are decreasing, but globally it is a truly massive generation. And this picture here introduces the world of the first alphas, born in 2010 and milestones through 30s. And the key insight here is on the top right corner, and it's about the speed of technology development. For example, for radio, it took 38 years to get 50 million reach users, but Facebook took it in 1 year, and Pokemon Go in 19 days. And this year, the Threads had 100 million in just 5 days. That's quite quickly. And I would also highlight there that alphas have been grown up amidst various crises like climate change, pandemics, wars, and societal polarization. Generation Alpha might also have a digital footprint even before birth. Parents play a crucial role in managing their children's digital privacy, and yet there is a strong focus with the safety and legal and privacy rights of children in the digital age. Let's see if... okay, we'll just skip them. The role of phones is also big. Phones definitely are just for making calls. They are where the alphas spend time, connect, create memories, do schoolwork, handle daily tasks, and having their own phone is very important to them. And TikTok is the most popular news channel for 13 to 18 years old in Finland. So last fall in Finland, social media overtook direct news websites as a main news source among Finnish youth. And it's noteworthy that some alphas are still under the age 13, which is the age limit for many social media platforms. But despite the age restrictions, alphas often gain access to social media before this age. And it's much harder to get accurate data how much something is used on socials, because people don't often give their real age. Internet. Let's see if we can get the videos. Somehow we don't get, so let's go back. The internet is a place to spend free time, study, have hobbies, and work. Among the alphas, there are numerous social media influencers, and here should be a first example from Finland, and then there is another. Some have a very broad international audience. For example, Karza Grew is the account of an American mom and her very young twin daughters. And brands. Sephora is a good example of a phenomena that have gone global. With TikTok, even younger and younger kids have started skincare, and we are talking about so-called Sephora kids. And for boys, interest in cosmetics is visible in trending in fragrances. So cosmetics have become a global phenomenon. What will be the next? Some common themes among alphas: climate change, loneliness, dealing with the mental health, and figuring out what's true and what's not are big concerns. And that they also value equality, environment issues, and global citizenship, and multilingualism. And they are financially savvy, but they face contradictions in customer behavior because there is some kind of hole between environmental awareness and recycling versus consumption and fast fashion. And it's noteworthy that Gen Alpha start buying luxury things in the age of 15. And for example, millennials started it in their 20s. There are 5 years gap. This observation is important. Social media is not just good or bad, it's both. Understanding this helps us to have a realistic discussions. This way we can tackle the bad parts and boosting the good ones, for example, with our content. Democracy. The first generation alphas will be old enough to vote in Finland in 28. And we are pondering, we already had 2 TikTok elections, so we are pondering where will the discussions about the 28 elections happen, and who will have the most influence, and how can alphas make an impact, and what will be it for the generation alpha to take part in society and shape their own futures. We have seen also new platforms for participation and activism like virtual protests in Roblox. How will this generation influence and participate in society? That's a good question. User experience that we can't see now here is essential. The on-demand service model can no longer meet the constantly evolving needs. The alphas want to have super hyper-personalized content delivered in the right place at the right time to meet these evolving needs. It's not just about the content or its format. We need to rethink how we deliver personalized digital media. For example, short video or vertical video formats won't save us here. And I suggest that we should look beyond standard audience insight researches to understand Generation Alpha's media use and see if the traditional media fits into their world. And my take is that we should start talking about target individuals instead of target audiences. Something concrete. We did an in-depth interviews with 3 kids aged 11, 12, and 13 to understand their media habits. It's clear that Yle and other traditional media have not been, are not the part of their daily media consumption. And I have to point out that these interviews have not been conducted by researchers, so they are not representative of the entire group, and the interviewers were chosen randomly. But these media clocks are examples for future thinking and intended for basis for discussion. So what's worthy in that picture here, Yle is not visible. Public service media is not visible at all. And not least at this 13-year-old interviews media day, or my day. They have Spotify playing all the time and spends their day TikToking and snapping. And it's safe to say that interviewee does not value Yle or legacy medias and does not use Yle services except occasional Yle News encounter on their TikTok stream. They think that Yle is reliable, which is great. And if they wanted to follow the news, the interviewee could use Yle for its reliability. But this media clock should be a wake-up call for all us. And the next interviewee, 12-year-old one, this media clock highlights well-known platforms, TikTok, Pinterest, Snapchat, Spotify, Storytel, Roblox, Netflix, and WhatsApp. And compared to the 13-year-old, this 12-year-old still has a good relationship to Yle. They follow the news on TV, my wild guess, with their parents maybe, and listen to radio. And despite their young age, they listen to podcasts. That is a kind of trend too. And the last one, since the 11-year-old is hardly allowed to use their phone during the school days, media clock is from the weekend. And they are also not allowed to use social media because of their age, except the quick views or visits to Snapchat with their parents, and they have also strict screen times. But they play many games without interacting with other players, of course, and they stream videos and are an avid consumer of books and audiobooks. And Spotify is playing in the background all the time. We are almost there. The team pinpointed key themes they thought were crucial to consider and share. So, virtual is as true as real life. And it's very important to have visual and fun ways of presenting information. Relatability and inclusion are strong words as well. And feeling comfortable is an important motive for their consumption, especially in gaming. And strong brands and friends and family are convincing. This is my takeaways to you. And I'm asking, can we create content and come up with new ideas that truly consider all we know about Generation Alpha? Because this is crucial for us to stay relevant with upcoming generations. And finally, for consideration, Generation Alpha is the first AI-native generation growing up in a world shaped by algorithms. So we need to understand their needs, and we need to understand the need for hyper-personalized media. This is our working group, just to know how many were attending, and thanks.